Hi, it's me, MC of Healthy by George. Today, I want to talk about the power behind the statement that begins with yes versus statements that begin with yes, but. And I cannot tell you how really, truly powerful using yes as to frame things for both our health and our wellness can be. So think about joining and subscribing and sharing and liking this video. I can't wait each week to share with you the things that I'm discovering for myself, and I would love to have you discover these for yourself as well. Because we can only do things daily to help ourselves grow older with intention so that we can be functional well into our 80s and 90s. So think about subscribing, and I can't wait to tell you about this concept of yes and. So, why is yes and so powerful? I really learned this because I've been doing improvisation for a long time. I hate to say how long, over 30 years. I've been doing improvisation. And frankly, I adore it because I really wanted to understand why do I endure it? And it's because of this common thread that happens in improv that is about yes and. When you say yes and, it is about accepting what's currently happening without judgment, but it allows you to build forward and create and explore. While if you say yes, but, it somehow brings a negativity to where you are in the present moment. And it shuts down abilities for creativity and connection. Yes, and it acknowledges the truth of the situation, but it gives you momentum and possibility and growth and collaboration. So, how do you frame things? Oh, I love the snow outside. What can I say? It's very loud. How do you frame things in your life? Are you framing them through yes and or yes but? Because the truth is, if you are thinking about yes and when it comes to aging, it really can be disturbing if you're saying yes because it doesn't honor how well you've gotten to this point in your life, in your aging process. I know I have to really struggle with this because I feel that sometimes that recognizing the age I am is a bit frustrating. But if I really say yes and about my aging, it recognizes the reality of my age and the limitations and maybe the things I didn't do or did do to get to where I am, my losses, the limitations, the ability to transition. But I'm saying and to the future and the possibility of change and growth and connection. They're still available to me. And it shifts our narrative from the ability to think of aging as a declining state, but really as an aging process that is one that's opening up to a new stage of life, which has amazing possibilities. So, if you want to think about your health and your health care, you can think about how it validates where you are right now. Yes, and yes, I am here, and I'm seeking to get stronger, and I'm seeking to grow in my influence of my mind and my beingness. There's just so much to be said about allowing ourselves to say yes and about where we are with our physical self, our mental self, our emotional self. If we say yes, but it dismisses where we are right now and how we got here. It judges it, it makes it critical, and it makes it somehow stuck and that you can't shift things. But if you say yes and, you're listening to yourself. You're really acknowledging that your experience that's brought you to this place matters and that how you can move forward in your health and well-being can be exciting and it can build support and you can make a shared decision about how you're going to grow older in your body and your mind and that it's not about correcting where you are, but it's about becoming a partner of how your body and your mind are going to age. I know this is very difficult for some people to think of the yes and, but it's such a powerful tool. If you can start improvisationing with your own self, where you recognize that when you say yes, And you're saying, I accept myself. I acknowledge where I'm at. I acknowledge what I'm dealing with. I acknowledge and validate that everything that brought me here is amazing and magnificent. And I know I have more to contribute to, more to grow into, more to explore and create. I think that's why I find that yes and is such an amazing approach to how we engage in our life and how we can think about our health and our well being. Are we saying yes and how it can give us momentum to make change? Yes, and how it can help us engage in new relationships and new experiences. Yes, and how we can explore creative moments and possibilities that we've never considered. Or, yes, and can I build something new that I've never thought about building? Yes, and is just so wonderful because there's no rightness, there's no wrongness, there's nothing but being creative moving forward. I think that's why I love thinking of yes and when it's about how I can acknowledge exactly where I'm at in the present moment and not judge it, but I can explore the next steps. Yes, and I'm willing to explore. Yes, and I believe that I have more to contribute. Yes, and I am here to do what is possible with where I am in my life and explore what more is possible. I feel like so often we really do cut ourselves down as we get older. We believe we're invisible. We believe that somehow things are not possible or there's no opportunities. If we really will embrace the framework, which I know sometimes people think of it as a little simplistic or impossible, but truthfully, when I think of the yes and, it makes me feel open and that there's more to see, more to discover, more to explore. But when I say yes, but, it feels shut down, cut off, judged, limited. Do you really want that? No, I don't think any of us as we get older want to embrace this idea of yes, but we do want to embrace yes, and. So, how are we going to go forward in the next week or two before we begin 2026? Can you contemplate on how you perhaps use yes, but in some circumstances in the past? And think about how you could possibly use yes, and in the way that you're thinking about your future choices, your future possibilities, your future relationships and creativity and explorations and gathering information that allows you to move forward so that you can be the best version of who you are. I love the idea of using yes and. Yes, does it get me into trouble sometimes? Definitely. Yes, and gets me into trouble because sometimes I believe everything's possible. I have to recognize that time is limited. We only get so much time each day and so much time to do everything. And yes, and I need to recognize how much I have available to give my attention to and my abilities. That just reminded me of something that I have to do right now is give some people some information that I forgot to give yesterday because I was dealing with a grant deadline. So be well, my friends. Let's really embrace the concept of yes and when it comes to our wellness and our well being. Let's embrace this idea of openness, creativity, possibilities, next steps. Energize ourselves instead of shutting it down with a yes, but. Okay? And I think that you might find if you start looking at life and your healthcare choices and aging with the concept of yes, and I can accept exactly where I'm at. And then I can acknowledge that I can look forward to other things that are possible so that I can choose next steps. I can choose how to be and feel and think. I have the choice in every moment that I have breath in my body to say yes, and this allows me to meet my daily experiences with kindness, compassion, and the wisdom to respond in a way that serves me and takes and shares my abilities with others. So be well, my friends. We have this one precious life. Let's live it intentionally. And please share and subscribe. I would love to see you here each week at Healthy by George. So I'm hoping that you're looking forward to this holiday season, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.
So thank you so much for joining me at Healthy by George. I hope you found the information inspiring and that it encourages you on your wellness journey. Because remember, your body, your well-being are a most precious gift, and every tiny action taken daily can make a huge difference. I hope the information here is educational purposes and is not meant to replace your medical care. See your doctor and talk about what works for you. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me continuing creating content that inspires and empowers you to live your best life. Goodbye for now, and join me again at the next Healthy by George.